Rams Nation, stop everything you are doing right now. The buzz surrounding a potential legendary return to our defensive line has reached a fever pitch, and honestly, it's hard to ignore. Could we be witnessing the most terrifying defensive pairing in the history of the game? While the front office is busy assembling a powerhouse, the talk about a certain future Hall of Famer coming out of retirement is creating massive waves inside our facility. You need to hear what the teammates and coaches are saying about this bombshell situation. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Do you believe he's coming back? Let's dive in. The conversation surrounding Aaron Donald remains a focal point for the Rams as the 2026 season approaches. Despite having made no public announcements regarding his status, the three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year continues to generate significant buzz. This ongoing uncertainty is fueled by the team's recent acquisition of defensive end Myles Garrett, creating speculation about a potentially historic defensive front. While Aaron Donald, now 35, has been retired, the possibility of his return keeps his name at the center of discussions within the organization. Players and staff remain aware of the rampant chatter that escalated following the trade for Myles Garrett. The team is currently preparing for the upcoming season with a defense that has already undergone major transformations. Defensive coordinator Chris Shula has publicly acknowledged that he would welcome Aaron Donald back with open arms, highlighting the impact such a return could have on the defensive unit. For the Rams, this situation is not just about the potential of adding a legendary player back to the roster. It is about how his decision-making process influences the current team dynamic. Kobe Turner, who plays on the defensive line, has emphasized that any choice regarding a return is entirely up to Aaron Donald, maintaining a respectful distance while acknowledging the intrigue. The prospect of pairing the future Hall of Famer with another two-time Defensive Player of the Year in Myles Garrett provides a constant undercurrent of excitement. While the organization focuses on their current personnel, the potential availability of a player with 111 career sacks leaves the door open for constant fan and media speculation. The Rams are currently moving forward with their established plans, yet the shadow of Aaron Donald and his potential future remains a defining topic for the franchise today. The strategic importance of this situation centers on the construction of the Rams' defense heading into 2026. General Manager Les Snead significantly reshaped the roster by acquiring Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns, a move that involved sending edge rusher Jared Verse and multiple future draft picks to Cleveland. This trade was paired with the earlier signings of All-Pro cornerback Trent McDuffie and cornerback Jalen Watson, two players who bring championship experience from their time with the Kansas City Chiefs. When considering why this matters, it is clear that the Rams are aggressively building a unit capable of challenging for Super Bowl LXI, which will be held at SoFi Stadium. Adding a player like Myles Garrett, who set an NFL single-season record with 23 sacks last year, provides an immediate boost to the pass rush. However, the potential addition of Aaron Donald would introduce an entirely different layer to the defense. Players like Trent McDuffie have noted that acquiring dominant pass rushers changes the overall mentality and swagger of the entire group. Defensive coordinator Chris Shula is tasked with integrating these high-profile acquisitions to maximize their collective output on the field. The loss of Jared Verse, described as a brother to his former teammates, was a difficult but necessary consequence of securing a premier talent like Myles Garrett. By bringing in elite defensive pieces, the Rams are looking to optimize their ability to attack opposing offenses and mitigate previous weaknesses. For the roster, this period of transition is about finding cohesion among new arrivals and established veterans. The team remains committed to the current defensive philosophy, while the lingering possibility of Aaron Donald's return remains a hypothetical factor that could drastically alter their approach during the upcoming 2026 campaign. Focusing on the personnel, the presence of Myles Garrett has already begun to influence the team's defensive identity. As the Rams prepare for the season, the coaching staff is clear on the expectations for their newest star. Chris Shula has explicitly stated that the goal is to allow Myles Garrett to play to his strengths, noting that everyone understands exactly what he does best on the field. This clarity is essential for a team aiming to win a title at home in SoFi Stadium. The impact of such a player is reinforced by Trent McDuffie, who witnessed firsthand how defensive leaders can dictate the flow of a game. By observing how defenses centered around dominant pass rushers like Chris Jones functioned, Trent McDuffie understands the value Myles Garrett brings to the Rams. The narrative is heavily focused on whether this defensive transformation is enough to secure the Lombardi Trophy. While some observers suggest that a return from Aaron Donald would guarantee success, members of the team, including Lake, caution against such assumptions. They maintain that titles are not handed out based on name value alone. Instead, the focus remains on execution and the tactical advantages provided by players of this caliber. If Aaron Donald were to return, the coaching staff could implement a wider array of pressures and blitz packages, which defensive coordinator Chris Shula has acknowledged would make for a fun year. However, the reality of the roster remains anchored in the players who are currently signed and practicing. The collective efforts of the defensive line, including the contributions of Kobe Turner, are focused on building their own reputations to a level that matches the greatness associated with veterans like Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett. The discussion regarding Aaron Donald often shifts toward his ability to compete at a high level after being away from the game for 2 seasons. Kobe Turner, acknowledging the physical and mental demands of the NFL, has remarked that Aaron Donald is not a normal person, a sentiment shared by many who have seen him play. Yet the team is currently built on the foundation of its active roster. The arrival of Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson has addressed what were previously considered the team's greatest weaknesses, stabilizing the secondary and allowing for more creative defensive schemes. This, combined with the presence of quarterback Matthew Stafford on the offensive side of the ball, positions the Rams among the favorites to play in the upcoming Super Bowl. The management of these high-level assets under Sean McVay has been a focal point for the organization throughout the offseason. Les Snead's decision to commit significant draft capital for Myles Garrett demonstrates a clear desire to maximize the current championship window. Each move made by the front office serves to bolster the team's chances, regardless of the status of retired players. The team's defensive linemen continue to push themselves, aiming to reach the level of greatness that past leaders have set. By focusing on internal development alongside the acquisition of established stars, the team ensures that they are prepared for the season. The constant mention of Aaron Donald serves as a testament to his legacy, but it does not distract from the rigorous training and planning currently underway. Every practice session is geared toward achieving the goals set for 2026, with the team determined to prove that they are more than just a collection of talent, but a cohesive and championship-caliber unit. As the Rams inch closer to the start of the season, the focus remains squarely on the potential of the current roster. The combination of established defensive strength and new, high-impact acquisitions has created a specific set of expectations for the team. Whether or not Aaron Donald decides to end his retirement, the team must execute its vision on the field. The defensive unit, led by players like Myles Garrett, Trent McDuffie, and Kobe Turner, is preparing to face some of the league's most prolific offenses. Fans across the United States are following these developments closely, waiting to see how these pieces will fit together once the games begin. The chant, "Ram it," continues to echo as a symbol of the team's commitment and passion, heading into this pivotal year. The coaching staff is finalizing their defensive strategies, ensuring that players understand their roles and responsibilities. While the mystery surrounding Aaron Donald remains, it is no longer the primary driver of the team's day-to-day operations. Instead, the focus has shifted to the synergy between the new defensive scheme and the players executing it. The Rams are entering a season where the opportunity to win a championship in their home stadium is within reach. This pressure is well understood by every player on the team, who know that they have the personnel to make a deep run. The story of the 2026 season will be defined by how the team handles the challenge of high expectations and the integration of major talents. As they prepare for the future, the Rams are looking to cement their status as leaders in the NFL, driven by the work put in by the entire squad during this crucial developmental period.